Right, moving on, and this is basically. I opened with those two stories, and now I'm getting to to the big thing that happened this weekend. So I had been working all week, actually 2 weeks, with my sources on a particular story that I was actually quite worried to write in the first place, and I was quite worried. But the thing is, it's like when you get people that you trust, that actually some of them I know personally, tell you this stuff, you have to run with it. And also, again, I'm very, very cautious with the people that I talk to. I make sure that they are who they say they are, and of course, some of them I know personally from. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but I do know these people. Some of the people that spoke to me about this, and it's that I was told by my sources that David Ayer's Suicide Squad cut is happening and coming to HBO Max. So this, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This was posted, and I really didn't expect the reaction that it got. It got a lot of traction on Twitter, which is great, which is fine. But and people were very excited about it. And I'm a fan of this as well. I am someone that I want to see a director's initial vision brought to the big screen. I don't like seeing massive amounts of studio interference with movies, because they hire a director for a reason. And David Ayer wrote the script. He has said, he's been very vocal online on Twitter, and I'll go into this in a minute, but he is someone that has been very, very, he was really invested in this. He had a vision. He wanted to go for it. His movie was dark. His movie was gritty. And the movie that we got was not that, because the movie that we got was a reaction to Batman versus Superman's rather poor performance, not at the box office, but with the critics and also with some of the fans. And they decided to make a kind of punchier, more vibrant, more colorful, more poppy, what is a music video of a movie, basically, the Suicide Squad we ended up getting. And we did not get David Ayer's version. And he also said that 40 minutes, someone on Twitter asked him, what was the hardest scene to leave on the cutting room floor? And he responded that it was the first 40 minutes. And this just makes you realize that there's a very different film out there. And this is what I've been told by multiple sources for a long time. But then it came to me like that a lot of my sources came to me with very similar information. One of them said Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad does exist, and Warner Media and HBO are looking at releasing it on HBO Max at some point, either next year or 2022. So that let me set the scene. That was the very first thing that I was told. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, let's work on this. And I work with my sources with things. I show them what I'm working on. I show them drafts of my articles, because I want them to see what's happening. And also, a lot of the time, they want to see and they want to make sure the wording is right, which is also why I like to direct quote them, because it makes it easier for that. And if they say yes, then that's fine. And then a second source added that David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad is coming to HBO Max. Word around here is it'll be released near the end of 2021 and will feature a lot more of Jared Leto's Joker and Robbie's Harley Quinn. And again, this is, I mean, I don't want to go too much into who these people are, but they are people that are in, like, either working within the industry in certain companies, or they actually have that they have something to do with the movie. That's as far as I'm going to go into it. And then a third source said, at the moment, Ayer's cut runtime is nearing 3 hours. That could be cut down slightly, although it could also be released in multiple parts, like Zack's Justice League. So, and then it was lots of other. I was asking them questions constantly about this, and lots of other people were telling me the same thing. But I was specifically working with these three sources. And it's one of those things, you put it out, and then full disclosure, David Ayer tweeted, and David Ayer took to Twitter to just say, someone sent him the article, and he quote tweeted it and just said, not true. So yes, that's a massive blow. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's a huge, huge blow. Here's his tweet where he just says, not true. And it's difficult that because you know, I end up getting you know, Small Screen on it just blew up on Twitter, and you get a lot of people saying that this is wrong, that you should check your sources. And I have said multiple times over and over again that I'm standing by my sources, and that's what I'm saying now, and that's what I'm continuing to do, because that's unfortunate. I mean, this stuff kind of happens sometimes, but also it's like you look into it and you think, well, why? I'm going to be honest. Maybe we pushed this out too early. That I'm going to be like, that is probably what happened. Maybe we pushed this out too early, and Aya just didn't want this news out now. That could be a possibility. Again, I really do trust my sources, so I do trust that this is happening, and I want to be completely open with you. If this, I wouldn't have published it. I wouldn't have put my name to it. I wouldn't have been like, I'm really like sure this is happening, if it was just a load of crap. Sorry, excuse my language, but that's how I felt about that. So it's annoying because it damages credibility. And again, the site is not a scoop site. Like I am not the only person writing for Small Screen. I am the editor of Small Screen. And there are many other people working that freelance for us. And again, I always say, if you want to write about pop culture, if you have an idea, pitch to me. And I pay people for their work, and people send me incredible stuff, brilliant stuff that I'm proud to have on the site. And that's what I want the site to be. I don't want the site to be a scoop site, but sometimes there are people that I have worked with over the course of my career that I know very well, that I trust, and that are in areas where they know these things, they know what's happened, that you know, word gets around, and they're willing to tell me this information. But the thing is, I've had lots of people asking me to reveal my sources on Twitter, and it's like, well, there's something called source protection in journalism, where I have to protect them, because also their jobs are at stake about this. And you know, this is something that I've been having to deal with now, and I'll be completely honest, it's stressful. It's been a stressful couple of days, but it's been really interesting as well, because it's something that's, why would they say anything? Normally with these sorts of things, if they're not true, they just don't say anything. So why has he been so blatant? Also, a person did bring out to me that Aya is usually much more talkative than that. So again, I stand by my sources, and let's see in 2021, 2022 what happens. I am 100% positive that it is going to happen, and that's what I believe. But that, you know, it's one of those things that you can't, you know, you really have to trust the people that are talking to you, and I do. But what do you guys think? Be completely honest with me. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I've been hearing from a lot of people online, but it's, you know, and that's the thing. I love to see people's passion about this sort of thing. People are very passionate about the Aya cut. People are they really, again, I love the fact that people want to see a director's initial vision. They want to see it all finalized. They don't want to see movies that have been completely kind of ripped apart by studios because they think they know what's best. You know, there is, cinema is an art. Is an art. There's a craft there. And David Ayer, to a certain, he is an artist, and he had a vision, and he wanted to go through with it. And I think it's happening, but let's see in 2021, 2022, which made sense to me because it would have been after the release of The Suicide Squad, which would kind of prevent, it's quite, they're playing a difficult balance here, because they are coming out with movies on HBO Max and, well, basically TV shows, and the main movies. So if you were to release Suicide Squad, like David Ayer's Suicide Squad, before the Suicide Squad James Gunn's movie were to come out, then it would kind of take attention away from James Gunn's movie, which is not what they would want to do. Which again is another reason why they would probably completely say this is not happening, because at the moment they're rolling PR out for James Gunn's Suicide Squad. It makes sense. It's to be expected. That's how PR works. And just again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below.